Buckle up everyone, because in today's video, we're visiting London and Paris in the same trip. And we're gonna take the Eurostar to get there. It's only a 2.5-hour ride. In Paris, we'll visit the iconic sites, and I'll show you accommodations are like, castles, food, and so much more. In London, we'll also visit the iconic sites like the Cotswolds, have afternoon tea, fish and chips. It's going to be wonderful. So if you've ever wondered how to do both cities in the same trip, stay tuned. It would not be a Frolic Encourage video without me sharing how to plan well, have fun, and travel the world. So if you are planning to go to the UK, you need to apply for an electronic travel authorization, or UK ETA, through the UK ETA app as shown on the screen. Yes, as of January 28, 2025, US citizens now need a travel authorization to visit the UK. And if you're not from the US, check the official website for your country's specific information. The review can take up to 3 business days, but we decided to apply a month before our trip. The good news? It took just 10 minutes and $22, and approval came for us in just 1 minute. So be sure to download the UK ETA app before your trip. To fill out the information as shown on the screen, you'll need to enter in your email address, as well as your passport information, date of birth, and other information that they request before your trip to the UK. One question I had while preparing for our adventure was how much to pack for 8 days, what should I pack, and how was I going to carry it all around. Plus, if you remember in the last Paris adventure I had, the airlines lost my luggage, so I was determined to stick to my carry-on only policy and fit 8 days worth of clothing, toiletries, shoes, and accessories in just one carry-on luggage. I am pleased to announce that I found the perfect bag for the job. Frolic Encourage family, meet my new Carl Friedrich luggage. It's premium, minimal, and built tough. Thank you so much, Carl Friedrich, for this amazing travel gift. And let me jump to the end and just tell you right off the bat that it held up extremely well during our trip. Because of the clasps that close this luggage, not only is it difficult to break into with just a pen as in zippered luggage, but it also helps me not to overpack at all. The polycarbonate outside shell was perfect to handle those bumps and bruises and dents and then pop right back into place without a scratch. And it's simple to clean with just soap and water. Carl Friedrich pieces are backed by a lifetime warranty that protects against defects in craftsmanship, so you don't have to worry. I ordered the carry-on in gray and cognac with a matching leather cognac colored tag. This is officially going to be my #1 travel carry-on bag for all future trips, so you'll see this quite a lot. Now, let's go pack. I'm going to fit all of this into my suitcase right now. Enough clothing for 8 days of travel. Everything's going to fit right in here. From sliding to the back of a truck to an hour to the airport to being wheeled through airports, concrete, cobblestone, dirt, carpet, escalators, and potholes, not a scratch or dent was found on my bag. One thing I have to note was before I chose this piece of luggage, I read all the online reviews that stated the luggage was excellent, but some people said it was too big to actually fit on the airplane. But the biggest surprise? With our UK ETAs in hand, we flew Virgin Atlantic, one of my favorite premium airlines, and guess what? The bag just fit right there. There you see it, right in front of you. It fit perfectly fine without issue. So now, with my UK ETA in hand, we flew from Virgin Atlantic, one of my favorite premium airlines, and it's also a cruise line, so maybe stay tuned for a future vlog. Directly from Washington, D.C. to London to then catch the Eurostar to Paris to begin our journey. We landed in London and hopped on the underground to St. Pancras Station, one of London's most iconic transit hubs. Here we go. Hey, what do you think about the station?
A lot of people here.
A lot of people here, yeah. What do you say, Mom?
Same. Lots of people here. It's crowded.
Yeah, we're still a little jet lagged, but we're holding up strong. Eurostar station is right over there, so we're getting ready to board in just a little bit, not too far along. After lunch at Le Pain Quotidien, we boarded the Eurostar, known for connecting London and Paris in just over 2 hours. Taking the Eurostar was pretty easy. We went online and purchased our tickets for about 60 euros each way. It was fast, quick, and a comfortable ride. On board, there was plenty of places to store our luggage. You can reserve seats online, and we opted to reserve a 4-seater where my parents sat on the other side of us. The ride was quick, comfortable, Wi-Fi and restrooms as well as food were available, and before we know it, we were in Paris. We checked into our hotel, Hotel Rochester Champs-Élysées. We booked a classic double room. Here's a quick room tour. After taking a quick break at our hotel, we decided to go for our first meal in Paris at Relais l'Entrecôte, a famous steak and fries known as steak frites restaurant. Or so we thought we were going to dinner. Here is the line to get inside. It is wrapped all the way around the block. And we're still going. So as you can see, the line just did not stop. And Relais l'Entrecôte does not accept reservations. So instead of waiting in line, we went around the corner to Maison de l'Aubrac, a beloved steakhouse near Champs-Élysées known for its rich wine cellar and rustic charm. And the food was incredible and the perfect first meal in Paris. With our bellies full, we went to bed and rested up for our next fun-filled day in Paris. In the morning, we had a wonderful breakfast buffet complete with a full omelette at our hotel. Then we started the day at the Musée d'Orsay, famous for its impressionist masterpieces and housed in a stunning former train station. I've wanted to visit Musée d'Orsay for a long time, and you'd better believe it's going to be a separate video to compare it actually to the Louvre. But for now, let's just enjoy this beautiful, beautiful museum. So we recently finished the exhibition on street art, and it was amazing. I love graphic design because it was all about posters and printing and what was actually mass produced for the public. They even had a lithographic press. It's been 2 hours here, and we're still going strong. We're on the second floor on sculptures, so we're going to continue along. I loved every second of our visit to the Musée d'Orsay in the 7th arrondissement. Now we're going to switch it up a little bit and visit Jardin des Tuileries in the 1st, which is Paris's most historic formal garden between the Louvre and Place de la Concorde. Places to sit and chill. Everyone's here just lounging about. Places to eat. There's a full-on garden right in front of me. It's beautiful. For dinner, we're jumping to the 18th arrondissement to visit Le Poulbeau in Montmartre, a cozy, family-run bistro known for its duck confit and vintage vibe. Walking in Montmartre, it's gorgeous here. So many different shops. Montmartre was such a vibe, and we couldn't end the day without a chocolate crepe for my husband. And we continued to stroll around until we ran into the Sacré-Cœur Basilica. It is phenomenal and sits atop a hill. Not only that, but there was a fun vibe underneath. People partying down there. Today is a new day, Frolic and Courage family, and now is the time to try again to visit Relais de l'Entrecôte. Guess what? Today was a success. As a tip, make sure to visit the first thing as soon as they open at 12 noon, and make sure you get in the line about 15 minutes before to secure your spot. But wow, Relais de l'Entrecôte is a Paris institution. I had my first bite of steak frites and it is really, really good. The sauce is like very smooth and almost buttery and tangy. And the fries don't come with salt, but they are crisp and thin. So far, so good. And you'll get 2 servings. After you finish the first, they'll come around with a second, and then it's a round of dessert. So there's no menu because you already know what you're coming here for. You're coming here for the steak and the frites. And you get a salad and some bread, and that's about it. And I'm gonna finish eating. Hey. Then I decided to treat my pastry-loving family to a self-designed pastry crawl. We are going to try the best pastry shops in Paris. I'll give you a little sneak peek now, but stay tuned because I'm going to do a full video dedicated to our entire experience. We have a statue over here. We're happy to be in front of Notre Dame on a little island. It doesn't look like it's on an island. It's next to the Seine. Isn't it gorgeous? It's a beautiful day. Highly recommend at the end of May or the beginning of fall. Perfect weather. Okay. No trip to Paris is complete without spending a little time outside the city. Today, we decided to visit the Loire Valley castles. We visited Château Chambord, Château Amboise, and the beautiful, stunning Château Chenonceau. We had an amazing time visiting all 3 castles, having a little wine, and just enjoying our day trip. Stay tuned because I'm going to do an entire video dedicated to our Loire Valley day trip, so you don't want to miss it. But for dinner, we went to Le Sens Unique before heading back to our hotel because the next day we're going back to London on the Eurostar. Mashed potatoes. Kevin has the ribeye. Good morning, everybody. This is our final day in Paris, and I don't want to leave. Well, actually, I never want to leave Paris because I could live here for the rest of my life. But today is our last day. We just finished a wonderful buffet breakfast. We've had an amazing time at Hotel Rochester here. This is not sponsored at all, but I just love the staff and the decorations, the nice water pressure in the shower. I hate to leave, but it's time to go. Right now we're going to take an Uber to Gare du Nord train station where we're going to take the Eurostar back up to London and spend a couple of days there. Right, are you ready for that, hun?
Definitely ready.
What do you think about your stay here so far?
Nice. Really nice.
So,
the staff are really friendly.
Yeah, they are. Super, super friendly. And you couldn't ask for a better staff from the concierge, the front desk attendants, and especially the attendants in the buffet breakfast area. They are so sweet and so nice. It's 11 o'clock. We got to check out, jump on a train, which leaves at 1 p.m. Ready?
Au revoir.
Au revoir. See you in London. Taking the Eurostar train from Paris to London was just as simple as the way there. After going through a quick security check and passport control, we were on our way back to London, right at King's Cross St. Pancras Station. From there, we'll take our Uber to our hotel and see what kind of London shenanigans we'll get up to next. Absolutely adore looking at all the architecture in London. It is so beautiful and it gets me every time I come here. But anyways, our home base was the Westminster London Curio, a stylish Hilton property near the River Thames. Here's a quick room tour. So obviously. See, this is the line for Dishoom. Dishoom is all the way at the end. Lemonade from Dishoom, they give you drinks while you wait. And the line that'll take between 30 and 45 minutes. That was fun.
That's kind of
For dinner, we went to Dishoom Covent Garden, one of London's most beloved restaurants inspired by Bombay cafes. Their food was so flavorful and the vibe effortlessly cool. I highly recommend Dishoom if you're looking for Indian food in London. There's a lot of places to go, but Dishoom is where we went and it was phenomenal. Today we're visiting the Cotswolds, an idyllic countryside outside of London, maybe about 2 to 3 hours. The Cotswolds are so cute. Today we're visiting the towns of Burford, Bibury, Burton-on-the-Water, and Stow-on-the-Wold. I mean, even the name Stow-on-the-Wold, it's so cute. We had an amazing time strolling through the peaceful countryside and just soaking in all of the scenery and with some of really good, unique shopping too. There's so much I have to say about the Cotswolds, but I don't have the time in this vlog, so I will explain everything to you in a future video. But for now, enjoy the country scenery and then we'll go back to London. We'll have a delicious meal at Sartori Italian restaurant. They serve the most phenomenal Southern Italian dishes, very classic and authentic. Do not come here full, come empty and hungry and ready for amazing dishes. Good morning, everybody. Today we are at the Tower of London and I can't wait to take my parents there so they can see the crown jewels and learn a lot of history about London. from the Yemen Guards, also known as beef eaters. Today I'm going to use the GoCity Pass, which gives you access to different sites in London at a reduced price. So it really helps if you're going to multiple sites like the Tower of London, Westminster Abbey, big bus tours. There's a couple different passes you can get. You can get an unlimited pass for a certain number of days. If you only need to see 2 attractions at a discount, 3 attractions at a discount, it is a phenomenal savings. Today, I'm using the 2x3 pass, which for 2 days gives us access to 3 different sites at like a 10 to 15% discount. I've got it already loaded on my phone and ready to use. Thank you so much to GoCity for these passes so that we can check out London with my family. All I have to do is purchase the pass, and then from my email, go ahead and download the app from my phone, and then it is ready to use, and it's only activated when it's scanned at the very first site. So I just have to click the ready to use, and here's my QR code, and I can go. No reservations needed for certain sites. Others, you've got to go on the website to make the reservation in advance, and it tells you which ones require reservations and which ones don't. So it's really convenient. I have the Go London Pass. Yes.
Do you have a second?
Yes, I sure do.
Cheers, have a nice time.
Hi, thank you so much. And just like that, we're in. No reservations for Tower of London. So we're back at the Tower of London, hun. Excited to be back here?
Yeah.
You know, we got our pamphlets here. We're waiting for the Yemen tours. How easy was it to use that pass today?
It was pretty easy.
I think one of the worries that I had was, oh no, if I use this pass, are there going to be spaces available for me? Am I going to use the pass and get there and have them be like, oh no, sorry, you can't use this pass? But nope, not at all. It's about 9:36 in the morning, so we're one of the earlier tours during the day, and it said that it was actually kind of mostly full, and we still were able to just scan our passes and get right in. It was so easy. My parents love history, and so they're gonna get a lot of it today at the Tower of London. So let's go check out what this experience is like together.
My name's Yeoman Warder Basher Briggs. I'm one of 35 Yeoman Warders that work and live here at the Tower of London. So for the next 2.5 hours, I'm going to be your... No, not 2.5. For the next 50 odd minutes, I'm going to take you on a journey through time. And as we walk around this amazing complex, I'm going to point out some historical buildings and tell you a little bit more about history, okay? Okay. Also, at the old palace yard of Westminster in January 1606. Right, we've murdered them, we've tortured them, we've chopped the heads off, we've now managed to cut them in 4. Who wants to hear a love story?
It's like if you're not careful, you may forget that the Tower of London is not just one building. It is multiple structures that you have access to with your ticket, including the line that everyone's in now, the Crown Jewels. What do you think of it so far?
It's nice. It's nice. I just kind of like, they killed people in here.
Yeah, they did.
That nice.
Yeah,
huh?
they did. Yeah.
Just to see it is spectacular.
Yeah, it's crazy. So we're gonna try to check out the White Tower, which is this tower behind me. There's so many other places to visit and to see and to do. There are cafes here. You can really spend quite a lot of time here. So I highly recommend if you want to come here, spend at least a couple hours to see everything. You got the ravens flying around. Oh, here we go. Wardrobe Tower. And let's go see what the White Tower has to offer. White Tower and the Royal Armories have all the treasures, impressive weaponry, and whatnot. And then we walk out to Tower Bridge. So today started with the Tower of London, and afterwards we walked across the iconic Tower Bridge.
Everyone's wondering what the real London Bridge looks like. Here it is. Not that impressive, I must say. But that is London Bridge.
We continued our walk to have lunch at Fish in Borough Market. And Borough Market is London's legendary food hall dating back to the 12th century, where you can find all sorts of delicious food. But make sure you get there a little bit earlier because they close pretty much at 6 p.m. on the date that we went. So always check the times before you head out. Good stuff, all right. After Borough Market, our walk took us to Piccadilly Square, where we'll jump on a double-decker bus and head back to the hotel. Our time in London and Paris has been so amazing, and what better way to see the city than on a red, iconic double-decker bus. We sat on the top portion of the bus right next to the window so we can see the sights as we pass by. All it takes is a contactless card and a few pounds and you're on the bus. It's as easy as that. No tickets or Oyster card required. And part of the sights, we were there when a soccer team apparently got into a league. I'm not really sure which one it is, but as you can see, people are very, very excited. Next day, it was time for Pomp and Circumstance. We booked an afternoon tea at Fortnum and Mason, a 300-year-old British institution known for its elegant service and scones. What I love about Fortnum and Mason is not only is the tea delicious, but it is a multi-level shopping experience. After our afternoon tea, which I got the savory afternoon tea, my parents got the classic afternoon tea, we went shopping. There were books to buy and of course, pastries and tea. With so many different flavors and blends, you could also customize your own blend, which my parents did for my sister right on the spot in the store. It is a phenomenal experience, and if you love tea like I do, be sure to save extra room in your suitcase to bring back all the tea like we did in this basket here. Not only that, but there's an array of chocolates and sweets, and you can create your own gift boxes of truffles and chocolates and fudge, or pick one of the already blended pairs. Now we're on our way for a quick look outside of Buckingham Palace. Because it is late May, it's not open to the public, but you can go to the outside. Here we have it, Buckingham Palace, and the surrounding squares. Early vlogs, if you're an OG at Frolic and Courage fam member, you would remember our early vlog to London where we went inside, and of course you can't film inside, but it's cool to just be on the outside, and there's kind of busy but not out of control. As you can see, the palace is right by me. You know what I'm curious about? Why don't we just go up to the gates and see what's inside? My dad's over there, paparazzi style, inside the gates, but I want to see what happens what's in here. Alright, so when you zoom in, you've got another set of gates, and then probably some more security, and then you have the actual palace behind those gates. And then to the right, you've got one of our lovely guard friends doing his job over here. Here's the details. You've got a crown at the top, and what looks like what probably would have been a key slot over there. And here we go. Right before dinner, we had some time to kill, so we decided to stroll around London. And that's when we walked to Bridget's Bakery, which also does an afternoon bus tea experience that you have to check out. And by the way, the cupcakes were delicious. We continued on to go to Henrietta Street with lots of great food, shopping, and performances. Around the corner, we had dinner at Blacklock, a lively chop house known for its signature cuts, bold flavors, and fun, group-friendly vibe. So if you're here with a group like we are, I highly recommend this restaurant. Not only were the cuts of meat delicious, but the service was fast and friendly. Wow, and just like that, it was time to go. This trip proved that yes, you can experience the best of both Paris and London in one journey. From art and castles to tea and pastries, there's so much to savor, and it's surprisingly simple to plan when the cities are this well connected. And if you need any assistance with planning your trip to London and Paris, either or both, stay tuned again. Like I mentioned in my last video, I've got something brewing for you all. So definitely stay tuned. So with my bags full of tea, it was time for us to head back to the US. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll have full vlogs on our Parisian pastry tour, the Loire Valley escape, and Eurostar travel tips up soon. Check out my link in the description box for my Carl Friedrich luggage. It is truly an amazing piece of luggage. And the GoCity tours that are available in 30+ cities. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll definitely catch you in the next video. Bye.